This is TWiT.
So we love getting videos from you, and Tony sent us a video. Tony sent us a video in the past, and you said he looked like a school principal, and you were a little bit scared of him. So that just want to lay that foundation before we play.
I want to point out, I was right.
He's not a school principal.
Oh.
But maybe he really is, and he even doesn't know it yet.
Watch this video. You tell me.
Leo and Ms. Megan, Principal Tony here. The question from the principal's office. I was looking at my iPhone the other day and checking the battery usage, and I saw this. And what the heck is that? No cell coverage. I mean, I understand what no cell coverage means, but what would cause it to show up using power from my battery? Does this mean that it's using more power to connect to Wi-Fi because there's no cell coverage in the area that I'm at? I'm a little bit confused. Maybe you can help me. Also, if you have 15 more seconds, Mr. Leo, I'm talking to you. I'm a little disappointed.
Oh, boy.
That you canceled the new screensavers.
Yes, sir.
It was a nice part of my day watching the show on a Saturday afternoon from my Apple TV. I didn't listen to it from a podcast, watched it live. So be it. I guess I'll have to settle for another show and that you do. I think it's something you sit behind a desk and answer questions about computers. It's called like the Check Guy or
yeah,
the Computer
Check Magnet,
Whiz
I
or
think.
something like
Yeah.
that. But okay, so be it. I'll take a look at it. Anyway, hope you guys are well. Thanks. Bye.
Okay, so I thought he was admitting that he was a principal.
No,
He's just adopting the
Right.
sobriquet.
So he was.
Principal
So
Tony.
we always ask for videos, and then you often comment on the people videoing, which
It's what I do.
Which is why we don't. But last time he was
Do
wearing
you
a
think
tie.
that's why we don't get videos? People are like worried?
Maybe.
I'll say something mean. He looks like, I'm sorry, I want to correct myself, not the principal, the vice principal. You know, the one in charge of discipline. That's what he looks like.
So he was wearing a tie last time. He said, maybe I won't wear a tie this time, so Leo won't think I'm a principal. And I was like, oh no, wear the tie.
He looks great. Tony, I'm just giving you a hard time.
So, okay, do you know what that no cell coverage thing is?
So, and this is actually a very important thing to remember. When you're in a weak cell area or you can't get cell coverage, your iPhone works extra hard to try to reconnect. And so it's actually the case that you're going to get much worse battery life in weak cell areas or areas with no coverage as the iPhone spends battery trying to find a signal. So, and Apple's actually acknowledging that by putting that, I'm glad they do, in the battery segment. This is the 3% of the battery use was us in at some point you were in an area with no or weak signal, and we had to work extra hard. So it's absolutely the case that people who are in a strong cell area will have better battery life than people like us out here, us country mice out in the country. Mm-hmm. And that's what that is. No cell. Ooh, whose is that? No cell coverage, 8%. That's when you start to worry. If it goes higher than your home screen percentage, which is usually the highest, then that really is depleting battery in a significant way. So that's something to pay attention to. Tony, you probably go places where you're just out of connection, or even a weak connection will give you that. A weak connection is the worst because it's sometimes I bet it doesn't ever give up trying to get that signal. It keeps trying and losing.
My battery used to drain so fast in San Francisco.
Oh, isn't that funny? That's exactly the opposite, I would think.
Well, or maybe because it was all the buildings.
Oh,
like
because you get bad.
I don't know.
Depends on your carrier, right?
Yeah, that was Sprint.
Yeah. Oh, you were Sprint. Okay,
Yeah.
Never mind. Enough said.
I've given up Sprint.
Sprint in San Francisco is terrible, and that's exactly why. Yeah, if you had AT&T, Verizon, or even T-Mobile in San Francisco where there's strong coverage, you'd get better battery life. Because you had weaker coverage, you got worse battery life.